Warning. Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, the Whippy.
Yo, welcome to the Crotch Out Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louie B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy-to-digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today, I am honored to have a very, very special guest, but let me play her intro. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your alt-right warrior Jewish princess, running up on leftist provocateurs, Rebel Media investigative reporter. I present to you Laura Loomer. Woo! Laura, how you doing, sweetheart?
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I try. I actually Brooklyn did a little bit. I just realized reporter. I said reporter. You could take the Brooklyn out. You could take the boy out of Brooklyn, but you can't take the Brooklyn out the boy. So, first of all, how are you doing? Yeah.
I'm doing great. Just staying busy. These past 2 weeks have been killer, and it's just a lot going on. But better to be busy than not have anything to do, right?
True. I mean, for some that don't know, you are the brave soul that brave. I mean, I wouldn't say that you were in danger of any harm because, leftists don't fight. But, but you rushed up on stage on these fools to basically expose their hypocrisy.
I did.
And, how is that case going? Did they drop the charges or...
So I'm facing criminal trespassing charges and charges of disorderly conduct, and I have a court date in August. So, I've just been meeting with my lawyer and deciding what to do, and I just have to wait till my court date. But we'll see what happens in August.
So, are you still? Do you still need to raise money for the lawyers?
Yeah, I mean there is a criminal defense fund. There's one on Researcher that. Researcher posted, and then there's another one at freelawyer.com, and so I do have legal fees, and that will cost money, so I'm raising money for that.
All right, so where can people donate?
There's a Researcher page, and then there's also a site on freelawyer.com. So just freelawyer.com.
Everybody go to freelawyer.com. And I mean, give. I mean, because this is the type of bullshit that I really hate. I mean, I was at the May Day protest here in New York with the Proud Boys and the Modern Patriots. Shout outs to them. And the thing that I question it's which really goes with their hypocrisy of the left. They're all about they say they're all anti-racist, correct?
Right.
But why were they chanting that day, Israel go to hell, or talking about how this the Zionist influence is messing up the country and stuff like that, yet we're the Nazis?
Yeah, I don't really think that the left is ideologically consistent, and I also don't really think that they understand the definition of words, right? So like you said, they call people a racist and they call people Nazis, yet all day they're spewing anti-Israel, anti-Jewish slurs, and standing with Palestine, and chanting in the streets with Linda Sarsour, and putting terror advocates at the forefront of college campuses to speak on behalf of the left. So yeah, like you said, it's very hypocritical, and I think it just goes to show that they're not consistent ideologically.
So yeah, and going with Linda Sarsour, exposing another aspect, because they all say that they're feminists, yet they support Linda Sarsour, who supports Sharia law, which advocates clitoral circumcision.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I don't think that they understand the definition of terms, because you can't be a feminist and then also support Sharia law, right? You can't be in favor of women's rights and women's equality while supporting somebody who's endorsed female genital mutilation. They don't go hand in hand, right?
Right. I mean, it's just the thing that really confuses me is everyone. I know I was taught about communism in school. I was taught about socialism in school, how it was a bad thing for Russia.
Right.
It was a bad, and in Cuba it's a bad thing. But why do these people think that it would be different here? I mean,
I honestly don't think that they've taken a history class. Because like you said, I mean, common sense people have learned about these things, and anybody who's learned about, the perils of communism and the struggles and horrors and hardship that people faced and lived under, within communist regimes, anybody with any knowledge of communism would be opposed to it. So not only do I think these people have no understanding of the ideologies that they're endorsing, but I don't think that they have had a lot of education in history and political ideology, in really just what they like to call revolution. I don't think that they truly understand the consequences of revolutions and political movements.
Yeah, I mean, speaking as a Puerto Rican, speaking as a person that was raised Jehovah's Witness, I mean, I've read the stories on how people of particular faiths were treated under communism. People of color have been, Che Guevara killed black people. I mean, it's the racist regimes, it just really, I don't understand what they don't see about that. And they like to study Marxists, Karl Marx, or you should just rename him Groucho Marx, because it's just silly. But, where was I going with this? I forget where I was going with this. Are you having fun yet?
No, I mean, I think it's important to have conversations like this and really just expose these people for who they are. And just expose their ideological inconsistencies that they push, right?
Mm-hmm.
Identity politics that they push on others, but in preaching identity politics, they constantly contradict themselves, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, okay, now I remember. Like because I don't know if you remember, they wanted to honor Oscar Lopez, a Puerto Rican. He's Puerto Rican, but he was a terrorist, a communist terrorist.
Oh, during the parade.
During the parade, and I mean, I even tweeted to that city councilwoman that wanted to honor him, and I'm like, do you understand the death sentence communism would be for Puerto Ricans? Like more so even now. Like more so even now because of the predatory lenders. That's but that's a subject that I did in the last show. But like you look at Cuba, they were dying until Obama lifted the sanctions, which hopefully Trump reinstates them. But look at North Korea. People have to eat sawdust. I mean, I've seen those videos. People have to eat sawdust to supplement what little food they get. And it's. I mean, how much worse would it be here? I mean, you look at New York City. I don't know if you saw what I posted on Facebook, but I was in a public pool, and it's a free pool, and it's surrounded, like I live near by a bunch of project buildings, and all the neighborhood kids go and use it, and they abuse it. When you give anything for free, it loses its value.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in this life is free, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever somebody is under the impression that they're receiving something for free, it's negatively impacting or having consequences for somebody else, right? Who's providing that service
mm-hmm.
or paying for that service. So, it's an entitlement culture that is, the offspring of the Obama era, and unfortunately, it's seeping into what I like to call Trump's America. You have these people who were given handouts, given entitlements, and had a president who was sympathetic to jihad, had a president who was sympathetic to communism, Marxism, Marxist ideology, and now they can't deal with it. So that's what we're experiencing. We're experiencing this backlash.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so getting off that topic, I actually wanted to ask you, because I mean I've been reading up on you. Have you, like, what is up with all this Jewish hate on both sides? Like,
yeah, no, I ask myself every single day. I mean, every day I check my Twitter impressions, and somebody's either calling me the K word or putting me in a gas chamber.
A coon?
A what?
A coon?
No.
Oh.
The nasty K word people call Jews.
Oh.
Which I won't repeat. But
okay.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of hatred towards Jews.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of it is just, trolling, or how many of these people actually really believe in the things that they're posting. I think that there's a deep rooted aspect of anti-Semitism within the alt-right movement, which is why I don't consider myself to be alt-right.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have people on the left who are very anti-Semitic as well, as we just talked about. You go to any of these lefty rallies in the city opposing Trump, and they're carrying signs that encourage people to boycott Israel and accuse Israel of being a terrorist state. And there's just a lot of Jew hatred.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that a lot too, because, I was also in the 9/11 Truth movement, and I was accused of being a Jew. Like, they would say that like that was a bad thing, and
they use it as an insult.
Yeah,
it's become a crime, right? Or
yeah.
an insult a derogatory term to call somebody a Jew these days.
Yeah.
On the far left and on the far right.
I mean, at this point, I embrace it because I have many friends who are Jewish. In fact, my best friend, I was in his wedding. I wore a yarmulke. I think I look adorable in one. I was thinking of converting just for the fashion sense. In fact, the rabbi that was officiating said, "Hey, why not?"
Right.
And
Yeah, not right.
the rest of the wedding party is like, Rabbi, don't tell him to do that. Why would you want him to convert? But
no, there's a lot of displaced anger, and people are directing it towards the Jews. And I haven't really figured out why this is, but it is a problem, and I think that I think that after I stormed the stage of Julius Caesar, and after I was kind of thrown into the spotlight or in the public eye more, I think that there was like a resurrection of a lot of this Jew hatred, because I've never seen it in such full force as I have the past 2 weeks, on Twitter at least.
I mean, and especially for the trolls, I mean, like I do, I also do stand-up comedy, but like at this point, like that shit becomes hack. It's like, okay, how many times are you going to tweet out the miser with the big nose, like rubbing his hands, that picture? It's like, okay, we get it.
Trying to find a picture on my phone really quick. I took a picture the other day of mention that I received. Actually, somebody replied to me. I put a picture out for Independence Day, and I was like, "Oh, happy Independence Day! I'm so happy that I'm an American. I'm so proud to be an American."
Yeah, I saw that.
And some guy with his Twitter name is Cyberpunk Hitler. He replied and said, "Sorry, Jews are not people, nor American."
And what, like, see, I don't even see how it could be funny, or
I don't get how that's funny. So either I have a really bad sense of humor, or I'm missing the biggest joke, within the alt-right. I don't know if I'm supposed to find this funny. I mean, I'm not anti-meme, right? I'm not going to go dox you like CNN if you create a meme about me. But I also just don't understand what is funny about somebody saying that Jews are not people, and they're not human.
Yeah.
And they're not.
And honestly, the only person that can make really funny Jewish jokes is Mel Brooks. I mean, especially in history of the... What?
So, no, I don't get it. But, shout out to all the Jew haters on Twitter for giving me free history lessons.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would ever do without them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there, Laura. First of all, I think you're human, and after a video that I saw, I wish I was gay.
You wish you were gay?
Yeah, for perhaps for however long.
I think you're talking about Chadwick Moore.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, Chadwick and I. Good times.
Good times, yes. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen the video, they can find it on Chadwick's social media or mine.
Yeah. So, and I know that's probably going to be used against me. Oh, he says he's alt-right, but he wishes he was gay.
But do you really identify with the alt-right, or is that just a term that you're, referring to yourself as because it's been widely used to describe people in the movement? Because if you don't really identify with this Jew hatred, and obviously you're not white, so I don't think that you.
Oh, you noticed.
To be a white nationalist.
Yeah, let me take this off. It's getting hot.
I don't think it's correct for you to identify as alt-right. I mean, right. I'm not going to tell you what to identify as, but conversation with you, it seems like you're more new right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't. You're right. I don't really consider myself alt-right. It's just like, especially in the New York City comedy community, being called the alt-right comedian because I voted for Trump, and being called a Nazi by an Antifa Black Lives Matter comedian.
Call me a Nazi too, and I'm a Jew, so.
Yeah, how's that makes? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's the point. Going back to what I originally said, I don't think that they understand the definition of work. I don't think that they have an understanding of the English language or semantics in general. I would like to give every single member of Antifa a copy of the Webster Dictionary.
Right. Okay, pop quiz. Fill in the blank. Feminism is
Cancer.
Thank you. All right.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
And you win. You win the prize. Next time I see you, you get a 50-cent Little Debbie Hostess cake, the oatmeal pie things, because those are delicious. Also, I was going through. I did a lot of research. There was this article by Heavy R, like 5 things you need to know about Jack Posobiec and you. Wanted to touch on this. A complaint was filed after you tried to organize a student club for ISIS.
Yeah, that is true. So I worked for Project Veritas for 3 years. I recently just joined Rebel about a month or so ago. And while I was working for Project Veritas when I was in college, I decided to show the sympathies towards radical Islam on my college campus. So I wore a hidden camera, and I asked my university officials if they would be okay with me using student government funds to create a pro-ISIS humanitarian club on campus. And if you watch the video, you'll see that they were like, yeah, that sounds great. Just maybe change the name so people don't think that you're supporting ISIS, even though you are. So as a way to, I guess, not apologize and cover up their stupidity, support for radical Islam, they kicked me out of college and then filed a criminal complaint against me. I mean, the criminal complaint didn't go anywhere, of course. It was dropped, but yes, I did have a criminal complaint filed against me.
So, all right. So, I mean, did you at least get a refund?
No, I mean, I had a lawyer, and I ended up getting my diploma, but I wasn't allowed back on campus, and I was not allowed to go to my graduation. Oh,
I mean, how does that make you feel? Is it really a big loss, or?
I don't really care. College is a waste of time. It's a waste of money. It's a bunch of liberal indoctrination.
Oh, yeah.
So what did I miss out on? Sitting in a crowded auditorium with, 1,000 people and walking across a stage for 10 seconds and wasting like 8 hours of my life watching people I don't even know get their diplomas.
Right.
Ooh, sad.
Well,
I mean, I didn't miss out on anything.
You should have did online college like I did.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't know why I went to college. I mean, looking back on it, it really is a waste of time. And especially if you're a journalist like myself, anybody can be a journalist these days, right? It's about your moxie and whether you are willing to be original and, take a camera and get content. I mean, there are people who have wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars going to J school and they haven't done anything with their journalistic careers, right? I mean, look at
Rakowski. Sorry.
Yes, I agree with that statement.
Oh, trust me, I got beef with that motherfucker. All right, anyways. All right, okay, I saw that uncomfortable look on your face. All right, moving on.
Oh, I don't mind. I think a lot of people do, but
actually, he knows. Every time he sees me, he runs away. So, anyways,
we have something in common.
Oh, Luke runs away from you too? Oh, did he steal money meant for sick and dying first responders from you?
No, but
okay. I got stories. If you want to know.
I've heard stories.
I'm the one that made myself a pariah in the 9/11 truth movement, going after that sumbitch. So, anyways, moving on. So yeah. So why did you leave Veritas? Did you get too well known and?
Okay, so I was well known. But it didn't really prevent me from going undercover and getting stories. I was still able to get content. But I just decided that I wanted to have more of a public brand and more of, just a public image, and wanted to do like more of my stories that just didn't go along with the direction of the company. But I'm on great terms with Project Veritas. James O'Keefe and I are great friends.
They've been kicking ass. I mean, you like that, especially that CNN thing. Oh
yeah, no. I mean, I had the exclusive for one of the CNN videos the other day, and I'm very close with the Project Veritas team, even though I no longer work there. I mean, part of me feels like I still do work there just because I'm so close and I talk to them on such a regular basis. But yeah, no, I work for Rebel Media now.
Yeah. So yeah, like going in on CNN, like, how is that still a network? I mean, especially after they've been caught.
I don't know.
Like, they tell on themselves. That's the thing. I really don't think Project Veritas guys really needed to go in with any hidden cameras, because these idiots tell on themselves because they think they're so much better than everybody. I mean, that's the thing with these bad guys. They're so like the cliche like James Bond villain. Like, they'll tell you their whole backstory, their whole plan and shit, and tell you exactly how to destroy them.
Well, that was the funniest part about today's Project Veritas video. I don't know if you saw it. But
oh no, not yet.
The guy is literally talking about how he was scared about being recorded on camera, and then he was being recorded on camera, right? So he's talking about not getting caught on camera as he's being caught on camera. It was just, it's priceless. And then you really get to see how fake not only their news is, but how fake their personalities are, because these people can't even stand the CNN anchors. I mean, you had the producer today who said that he couldn't stand listening to Chris Cuomo talk. So not only is their image on the outside bad, but it's crumbling from within as well, because Project Veritas has exposed a lot of this like negativity and distrust from within. Not even their own employees and producers and staff have faith in the news that CNN is putting out, or the people who are delivering the news. So it's only a matter of time before they are completely eradicated. And there's I like you said, I don't even understand how there's still a functioning network.
I actually have an idea how to save CNN. This is a multi-million-dollar idea. You want to hear it?
I don't know if you want to give people ideas. Do we really want CNN to be saved?
Well, I mean, it's only for my entertainment because I love him so much.
Okay.
All Anthony Bourdain all the time.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good shows. There are some interesting shows, but they're news content. I mean, Anthony Bourdain isn't news. It's just entertainment. That's kind of what CNN has become at this point in time. They're just entertainment. It's fake. It's like watching reality TV, right?
I mean, isn't that the problem with all news, including Fox, that it's just become entertainment and not information?
That's why I rarely get my news from the mainstream media. I think I really only watch Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson now. I watch CNN when I want to get a good laugh or get ideas for how to start World War III with Russia. But for the most part, I watch alternative media. I listen to Mike Cernovich. I listen to Alex Jones. I follow Project Veritas. I follow Gavin McInnes. People need to start getting their news from alternative sources.
Yeah, but where's a good place to get your news that isn't always poking at the left? Like, I want to know, like, it's like, okay, fine, they're idiots, I get it, but I want to know what's really going on in the world.
At the left, I mean, look at Alex Jones and Mike Cernovich, for example. They poke at the right too. I mean, they criticize never Trumpers and globalists who are on the right within Trump's campaign. They've gone after the right before as well. So I wouldn't say that alternative media sites are totally biased or in favor of the right, because they go after everybody. They go after anybody who's being corrupt or dishonest or leading the American public astray.
All right. So, I mean, but where do they get their new, I'm talking more about, like getting the deep, like the deep information that isn't biased. That I mean, because I mean, look, you know, Infowars does have an agenda. They do. Maybe you know they're better. They're better than the.
Everyone has an agenda.
Mhm.
So to answer your question, I don't think there's any news source or site out there that
Mhm.
you know, it's 50-50 down the line. I think that they all have an agenda. There's nothing wrong with having an agenda as long as you don't put out fake news. I mean,
Right.
they open and honest about their agenda and what they're trying to accomplish, but they're not like CNN claiming to be the most trusted name in news
Mhm.
and saying, yeah, we're supposed to be partial in theory, but really we push out fake news and we totally created this whole Russia story to boost ratings. I mean, that's two totally separate things,
Mhm.
right? You are allowed to have an opinion and have an agenda. I mean, I think that all news and all commentators and pundits these days are like that, but speak on behalf of truth and fact, not constructed, false, made up lies, right?
All right. So, what? How did you become a journalist? Like, what is your process when you are doing research on a story? How do you know when? Well,
I
yeah.
went to school for journalism, but I mean, I don't attribute my education to me becoming a journalist
Mhm.
because I put it into my own hands. Like a lot of my professors told me, oh, working for mainstream media would be so ideal, right? And they encourage people to get jobs in the mainstream media. But I was really interested in journalism, and then I ended up meeting James at a conference in Florida, and then I just started working for Project Veritas when I was in college. I also worked at a Fox News station when I was in college doing some work, but you just have to get your foot in the door, and you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to meet or what's going to happen in your life that will take you places you never thought you'd go. I mean, I never would have imagined myself being 21 years old working for the leading investigative journalism company in the world, but I did. And, you know, I encourage people to explore their options and not be afraid to take risks. Don't do things according to the cookie cutter way. Don't waste money on going to journalism school. I mean, granted, there's some basic education that you need to understand about journalism, but don't waste money applying to these fancy Ivy League J schools, and it's not worth it.
Where you where would be a good resource to, like, let's say, learn the basics on journalism, like instead of going to college? Where would you go?
I would just read a lot of books, like follow a lot of these people who are in the alternative media, have great resources that that show you how to go from somebody, from like nobody to somebody, and to start your own you know, career as a journalist. I mean, I know I've brought his name up a lot, but I think that Mike Cernovich has a lot of great materials, and he's really been an influence to many people over the past 2 years, really advancing people's careers and helping people, you know, get started in the world of citizen journalism. All you have to have is, you know, you have to have a mind and you have to have a cell phone. You know, this is the biggest weapon in modern day journalism. You can do anything with a cell phone, with a camera, a Twitter account, and a Facebook. That's all you need, right?
Or Gab. I doubled down with a Gab too, just in case.
I like Andrew Torba. He's a friend of mine. Gab is great, but I mean, Twitter is still bigger.
Yeah. For now.
Gab,
for now.
Yeah, nowhere near as big as Twitter. I mean, he's doing great things with Gab, but I would say have all of them. Get a Gab, get a Twitter, get a Facebook, you know, an Instagram, all of the above.
All right, so
people who have you know, who have books and guidelines for how to accomplish that.
What books would you suggest for journalism?
For journalism?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would recommend Roger Ailes' book about messaging. Let me see. There's a lot of books out there, but really just the best way to learn skills and to be better is to study others, right? Study their techniques. Reading is great, but you have to find what works for you as well. And at the end of the day, you don't want to just copy somebody else's style or just be like them. You have to find your own identity, find what works for you, be a new voice, be a new personality, draw people towards you, offer them something that's unique, right? A new point of view, a new look, a new style. But just get involved too. Go to events. You can read all day and you can sit in a classroom and, pay thousands of dollars to take classes and listen to professors who, never really did accomplish anything in the world of journalism. But the best way to do it is to go to rallies, go to events, interview people. Even if it's small, even if you don't have a large following, practice makes perfect. And you never know. I mean, someday you may just get a hit video that blows up on social media.
All right. So, I can't talk now. I hate when so many like ideas are fighting for supremacy to come out of your mouth. So I mean, what made you why do you think you were like the new it girl?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the it girl. I don't know why people have described me that way, but I mean, I think I did something obviously that was really ballsy and things that like they just shocked people. It shocked people on the left, it shocked people on the right, because people talk about things but they don't actually do it, right? There's so much chatter about, oh wow, this would be so great, like, oh man, this place sucks, oh I hate this, I hate that, but a lot of people don't take action. And I think that just the way it was done, people were taken back and really just blown away and kind of at a loss for words, because a lot of people on the right agreed with me, but then a lot of people on the right disagreed with me. And it caused friction within the party, because it made people, for the first time in a really long time, have a debate about the tactics we should be using to defeat the left.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that when you say the new it girl, I think that
well, you're getting a lot of attention. Like, I mean, first it was
a lot of people. It's in the form of compliments and praise, but it's also in the form of criticism and hate, right? So, look, anytime you're doing anything that throws you into the public light, you're opening yourself up for criticism, and that's fair game. I mean, that's totally fine with me. But I think that just the fact that it caused so much controversy and discussion on both sides of the aisle, I think that's why people are talking about it.
Okay. So, like, let's say they had like a Trump calendar girl calendar. What month do you think you'd be?
I'd be May, of course, my birth month.
Right? Oh, there you go. May.
Yeah.
Does that make you a Leo or?
No, I'm actually a Gemini Taurus. I'm on the cusp.
Oh. Okay, that means we're enemies. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I just know I'm a Virgo. So, oh goodness, where I want to go? Oh yeah, yeah, because going back to that whole the you confronting that the Shakespeare in the Park people, like, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about this guy, because I do respect him. I do like his work a lot, but yeah, because it gets me kind of like annoyed, because they like to disrupt, they like to get violent, and no one ever likes to address their tactics when it comes to disrupting our freedom of speech. So, I mean, should I name his name? I mean, you did mention it in that video when you were released from jail.
Which one?
The one when you were released from jail, you were with Jack. You had
Whose name?
Hmm?
Who were you talking about?
Oh, Ben Shapiro.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Ben is a neocon. I mean, every once in a while he says something that I agree with, but, you know, he's attacking me because deep down he's a never Trumper, always will be a never Trumper, and he shares that same hatred for Trump that the left does. So of course he's going to sympathize with the left and their criticisms of me instead of, you know, standing with me and my tactics to defeat the left and stand up for the president. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It's just, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion and their criticisms, but I think that Ben Shapiro is kind of a sellout. I mean, he went on MSNBC to trash talk conservatives a couple of days after Jack and I made the news. So yeah. I wouldn't really say that he's a comrade, you know, for going on liberal trash television like Mika and Joe in the morning and just bringing down conservatives who are trying to attack the vicious left.
I mean, do you think that kind of hurts us, though, that infighting, though? I mean, it's funny. It makes me laugh when I see the left do it, like when Black Lives Matter is going after the LGBT, trying to stop them from doing whatever. But it's like...
I mean, I think that infighting is good sometimes because it allows for discussions. I mean, we're not all the same, right? I mean... You're not the same. I'm not alt-right, and they clearly don't want to be associated with me. So we need to have these discussions and this debate, and if it causes people to have arguments from within, then so be it, right? I mean, that's what arguments are. It's fighting. It's debate. But we need to have a discussion about what separates us from them because, you know, I don't consider myself to be an anti-Semite. I don't consider myself to be a white nationalist. So for everybody to apply, you know, a title across the board for all of us, it's false. It's inconsistent, and people need to be called out, and people need to publicly see that there are some of us in the movement who are totally opposed to the alt-right and are willing to publicly denounce it. Right. And, you know, Richard Spencer has done the same thing by, you know, publicly denouncing me and what I stand for. So I wouldn't say that infighting is bad.
In fact, I wanted to add somebody to the call. I wanted to add Matt Lyons because he had a similar thing happen to him at Richard Spencer's free speech rally. And let me see. Hopefully, let's see if this works. No. Okay, wait. I used to be able to add people to the call. Let me see if I could call him here. Hopefully you could hear him. Okay. I don't know if you can you hear that? Yeah, okay. Hopefully he picks up.
No.
Hey, Matt. What's up, Matt? You're on with me and Laura Loomer. We were actually getting into the whole thing at the Richard Spencer free speech rally. If you could give us like a quick rundown about what happened.
All right. So basically, there was a rally that was set up under the guise of being a free speech rally by some kid named Colton. I can't even remember his name. He's so irrelevant. And what it ended up being was, in the beginning, it was sold as a free speech rally. A bunch of moderate speakers were invited, but they had said they had a special guest. About a week before the rally, after they had gotten quite a lot of people pledged to show up to this free speech rally, they announced that the special speaker was, in fact, Richard Spencer. So a lot of people felt like this was a bait and switch, and given Richard Spencer's politics of white nationalism and national socialism and white supremacy and all that crap, the moderate speakers dropped out. And the only person who didn't drop out was Augustus Sol Invictus, because he doesn't back down from anything. This guy's so crazy. He challenged competing politicians who were competing for Senate seats in Florida to actual fistfights and cage matches. So he's not going to back down from Richard Spencer pulling some tricks. So I'm a friend of Augustus Invictus, so what I did was I kind of talked a little shit on Loomer and all these other people. I told Colton, the event organizer, basically what I thought he wanted to hear in order for me to be allowed to speak at the rally. And it worked. He put me on the roster. So I went to D.C., and I, about, I'd say 20 minutes before I was due to give my speech, I ran into Ariel Cohen of Juice for Trump. I saw him out in the crowd, and I thought, wow, that would be great if he would go up on stage with me. That would really trigger these motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. So I went up to Ariel, and I asked him if he'd like to stand next to me when I gave my human rights speech at this neo-Nazi rally. Mm-hmm. And he took my offer, and he went up on stage with me. So I got about 4 minutes into my 15-minute speech when they realized that I had duped them, and they took the mic away from me, which proves, without reasonable doubt, that this was a bait and switch, and it was never intended to be a rally to bring people together. They had just co-opted this free speech rally to push their leftist socialist agenda and to trash Donald Trump. So I really don't believe that Richard Spencer represents the right at all. In fact, he calls himself alt-right, which, what's an alt-right but a left? That's the way I look at it.
Hold on, Matt. Yeah, Laura wants to respond.
No, I totally agree, and that's what I was trying to tell people. I don't like when people call me alt-right or use alt-right to refer to other people in the movement because they're not conservatives. They're actually national socialists, which is
exactly. And the difference between socialism and communism, there isn't much. There isn't really much. But when you add national socialism, now instead of stealing from everybody, what national socialism needs, what it's always needed, is a demon to point at and say, look, that's the guy that's fucking us. That's the guy that's fucking everybody. Let's steal from him. Let's steal from the demon. So instead of cutting everybody's pockets, they just pick a demon like black people or Jews or what have you. Mm-hmm. And they instead feed off of that group instead of feeding off of everybody as a whole with National Socialism. I think that's how it differs from globalist socialism or communism. Would you agree with that, Lauren?
Yeah, no, I agree, and that's why I get annoyed when they try and act like they're spokespeople for the right, because they're not. They're actually leftists. So, it's humorous to me.
So I think all of us, we need to stop using this term alt-right and alt-light and all that, and get back to being honest. You know, we're centralists. We're anarcho-capitalists. We're just a little bit right. Some of us. I'm not saying that's your politics, but we're not neocons, and we're not communists. You know, we're libertarians, voluntarists, centralists, anarcho-capitalists. People that believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that actually believe in the Bill of Rights and are going to stand up for it. Not these fiends. You've got nothing to do with them. Mm-hmm. Absolutely nothing to do with them.
You're right. You're right. So, I mean, okay, so we definitely gotta clean up our own house, and I mean, you know, I don't, you know, obviously I can't be a white supremacist even if I wanted to.
And I just wanted to say for a second.
Yeah.
There's a group of skinheads out there that have been branded white supremacists. When they declared Antifa a domestic terrorist organization, the New Jersey Department of Homeland Security, I believe, got this wrong. they said that 211 is a white supremacist organization. I've met some of those people in that group, and most of the people that I met weren't white at all. They were of South American origin.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like they're white supremacists. I want to throw that out there because I think those guys get too much shit.
All right.
But like you said, Latin American, Puerto Rican, yeah, clearly we're not white supremacists.
Yeah, I mean,
clearly I'm not when I go out and I stand at this co-opted neo-Nazi rally with the Jewish guy next to me giving a speech about human rights and saying that I want prosperity for all of my countrymen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clear that they don't want prosperity for all their countrymen when they pull the mic out of my hand for saying that.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, this is that we have some people that voted for Trump because they really thought that he was going to get rid of welfare for just colored people.
No, it's all.
They actually thought that.
It's good for the gander. Like Martin Luther King said, it's liberty or death. It's freedom for everybody, or it's freedom for nobody. You know, if you're gonna give, like, I don't get me wrong. I understand where they're coming from, where they think that white people are now getting the shit out of the stick because of, I guess they call it reverse affirmative action or something like that. Like, I totally get that, and I think that everybody should get equal scholarships and have equal assistance if they have a problem. I don't think it should be based on race so much as it should be based on
I mean the
citizenship.
Thing, yeah, but we also, like, when it comes to like transgenderism and all that, we gotta also look at the whole biology of everything, because there is a thing going on, especially with whites, that they're dying out.
Yeah, it's a sad thing, and I hope to find myself a nice Aryan woman and have beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed children. Yeah. And it's gonna take me a few times to get that right, because I've got red hair. I've got red beard, brown eyes, and brown hair. So I might have to experiment a little bit to get the blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids. Yeah. But that's what I'm aiming for.
Well, actually, I probably got more of that potential DNA in me than you do, because I got uncles on the island that one of them looks like he damn near Hitler Youth, and I got another uncle that looks like he just got off the Amistad about to pick some cotton. That's what we got. That's what I got.
Hey, man. All right, so I guess I need to find myself a nice Puerto Rican woman, and then I'll have my Aryan kids, right?
Yeah, well, that's how you do it. Make sure they look like Ricky Martin. No, I'm just kidding. Laura's looking all like bored now. It's like, oh god, these.
I'm just thinking, like,
wow, fucking guys.
I don't want to go off on this ode to a dying race tangent, but it does have a bit of validity, I think. But just because your race or people like you are dying off, it doesn't necessarily mean it's everybody else's fault.
Yeah. I mean, and also it doesn't mean I get to fucking celebrate that shit like I did something to accomplish that. Like, yeah.
No. I think. Hey, having pride in your heritage, that is one thing. Having pride in your race is, I don't know. Maybe I really don't have a leg to stand on in this because I'm a European mutt. I'm English, Irish, Austrian, Hungarian, Czechoslovakian.
So basically, you have no culture.
There's a little sliver of Native American in there. Yeah. So I guess I don't really have a race. You know, I could go join Identity Europa, but I don't think White Pride Worldwide would have me.
No.
You know.
I mean,
not that I want to.
Neither.
They'll probably take me because I could teach them some salsa.
Well, I forget his last name, but Matt, The other Matt, the darker fellow in the Modern Patriot.
The darker fellow.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The
I can't remember his last name right now.
The Negro?
Not that I should bomb his last name. I guess I shouldn't do that. He was saying that he spoke to Identity Europa, and they told him that he might be able to get in because he's a quarter German. So I don't think Identity Europa is necessarily a hate group. I think they're more, but I don't know enough about them to say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I would speculate that perhaps they're a little bit less extreme than some people. They might just be interested in preserving their heritage of their people and not necessarily trying to fuck everybody else over along the way.
Right. I mean, you know, hey, you know, I'm a proud Puerto Rican, but then again, most Puerto Ricans, if not all of us, are mutts because of colonialism. So, you know, it's like,
right.
You know, it's
and fuck the British, dude.
Fuck the British.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck the British Army.
Fuck the Spaniards too. Goddamn conquistadors coming over here, freaking trying to like trade freaking freaking blankets on a tropical island filled with freaking smallpox. Faggots. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, biological warfare, man. The game never changes.
Yeah. So, anyways, Matt, any final words?
Final words? Nah, I think that would be bad luck.
All right, well, you know, I love you more than a friend, as Gavin would say, and salam alaikum.
My bacon salami.
All right, that's how you say it. All right.
No, that's the response to my salami's bacon.
My salami is bacon. Okay.
My salami's bacon salami.
Oh.
Right?
All right. I thought
or salaikum salami. I don't know.
Salaikum salami.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Peace, brother. Uhuru. Proud of your boy.
God bless.
I love you more than a friend.
God, yeah. Or the catchphrases.
Yeah. Just please keep the butt plugs away from me.
Look, I no fucking promises. You have a very inviting ass. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not gay.
You want to make Aryan babies with me?
Well, I mean, you got to.
Yeah. I'll without my estrogen regimen.
I will plow you. I will plow you. I will not. Let me stop because Laura.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah,
Laura's are you gonna be at the Milo party?
I'm gonna see unless I'm working one of my two jobs because I work like a. Laura's gonna be there, which means I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna try to be as gay as possible so I could get a kiss. So.
You work? Oh.
Yes, I'm one of those hardworking Puerto Ricans that works two jobs. Like my mom was like, "You work too much. What are you, Jamaican?" I was like, "Mom, it's your fault. You didn't want to get on welfare. You were like,
hey, that's your cis white privilege, dude."
Yeah, my mom was like, "I'm not getting on welfare. What? I'm gonna be one of your whores." Talking to my father.
All right. Let's end this. Always a pleasure talking to you.
All right. Love you, baby. Bye.
Love you, Louie.
Right.
Peace.
And now it's just me and you. So the final 5 minutes, I get to flirt with you. And let me stop. So I mean, what else you wanna cover? What's been bugging you? What?
Pretty much it. You know, that's pretty much it.
Anything else bothering you? Like, you know, telling, are you married?
I'm not married.
Oh, okay.
I'm very single.
Do you like dark skin heavy set Puerto Ricans?
Ooh, this show took a turn.
Or do you want to friend zone me right now?
You'll have to find out at Milo's party tomorrow.
Oh, damn it, it's tomorrow?
Yeah.
I am fucking working. Motherfucker. Alright. All the good stuff happens when I'm trying to make money. So, I don't know. Anyways, so it's go follow Laura at twitter.com/Laura Loomer. You can also check her out at the rebel dot damn it, where is it? The rebel.media/Laura_Loomer. And what else? What else am I missing?
That's it. Follow me on Twitter.
Laura, as always, I thank you for coming on. You are welcome whenever you want. If you're like, hey, I want to come on and talk about whatever, I'll be like, okay, I'm pretty much your bitch now.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. All right, bye.
Bye.
So that was Laura. I'd like to thank everyone, everybody for listening, and as always, from my house to your house, mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Help the Crowd Shout Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crowd Shout Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.